Number 8, predict if an element is likely to form a positive or negative ion and why. So here's the big mistake people made on the quiz. Is a large atom likely to form a positive ion or a negative ion? A large atom's going to gain or lose. Large losers. It's going to lose an electron. So large atoms tend to lose electrons. And then for your reason why, people said because they're in the lower left, because they're large losers. That doesn't tell me why large atoms are losers. It tells me that you know the trend, and that's good. That's a start. So I'm glad you know that much. But why do large atoms lose? Because what's true about the nucleus of a large atom? Tend to be weak or strong? Weak. That's why it's large. It can't hold its electrons closer because they have weaker nuclei. I'll say nucleus, but nuclei would be more correct. But they have a weaker nucleus. And they tend to have more energy levels. Which makes the electrons further away from the nucleus. And what's holding electrons onto the nucleus, or holding electrons onto the atom? It's the nucleus, the positive charge in the nucleus. So if your nucleus is weaker, it's not going to be able to hold on to them as well. If the electrons are already further away, it's going to have a harder time holding on to them. So small atoms, just the opposite is going to be true. They're going to tend to gain electrons because they have a stronger nucleus and or less energy levels which pulls the electrons, I'm having trouble spelling it, pulls the electrons closer to the nucleus. So lower left equal to the large losers, and then upper right tiny and tight takers. That's a good way to remember, but once you remember that, then you have to go, okay, so why are they large down there? Well, let me look at the periodic table. I can see there's more energy levels. How do you know that nucleus is getting stronger? Because if you look at one end of a period to the other end, look at the atomic number. If I look at period 3, on the left side, I see number 11, sodium. So it's got 11 protons pulling on the electrons. If I look all the way over to the right side, I see argon, and it's got 18 protons pulling on the electrons. That's not hard math. I can tell 18 is going to pull harder than 11. Think of it like a tug of war. 18 people against 11. Unless you had the 18 skinniest people out there, they should win. But protons are all the same size, so